Good morning, everybody. You guys are giving my mom a run for her money. Many of you were checking in before she did this morning, so good for you guys. Thanks so much for all the thoughts and for checking in to see how we're doing. I just wanted to jump on really quickly and give you all an update because so many folks have been asking how we're feeling. And if you've sent me a message and I haven't been able to get back in touch with you yet, and because you are a close personal friend, I'm sorry. I had lots of stuff going on already this morning. I was on a work conference call and then I spoke with my new best friend, Josh. So thanks for joining, guys. I just wanted to jump on really quickly and answer a few of the questions that I had overnight, and also just some of some folks had some clarifying questions because of information that they've actually been given by their doctors, which was out of date. So I'm here to update you on the latest and greatest as someone who is in direct contact with the authorities because they are monitoring our progress. So thank you guys for asking about Rick. He's watching right now, so everybody say hi to him. He is still at the hospital. If you missed it yesterday, he was hospitalized for some mild pneumonia, and they are just watching him. I think they did give him a little fluids yesterday, but other than a tiny bowl of pasta and some water, he is not really getting anything else. There's no other kind of special treatment. He is in a unit that is away from others. He's not like sharing a room with anybody or anything like that. And for folks who were concerned because Rick went to the emergency room where there are people, you also might have missed that I said they have a special holding area. So they have an area where anyone who is going to be tested or thinks they've been exposed is going to a special area. And so they are taking all the precautions to make sure that other people are protected. Just a reminder, hospitals are where sick people are anyway. So they're prepared to handle sick people. So just keep that in mind. They're not doing anything crazy. So, okay, I just wanted to give you all a quick update there and give you a quick update on me. I slept great last night, and this morning when I got up, I just happened to think, oh, you should take your temperature because you haven't done anything yet. And I had not chugged any water or anything like that. I am running a low fever, or I was when I first got up. It was around 101, but I felt the same as I did yesterday. So not really feeling that much different. I did notice last night after I headed up the stairs to go to bed that I had some shortness of breath. And then this morning when I bent over to pick up some towels and things like that, it made me start coughing, and I had to, kind of had to stand up and catch my breath. So it seems that the more I'm up moving around, that has started to improve. So I'm not having trouble breathing. I'm not in any kind of like respiratory distress. I'm just telling you what I'm observing as we're going along through this process. So, and I've felt a little extra snotty, but again, there's a big Bradford pear out there that is in full bloom, and I have tons of sinus and allergy issues anyway. So, a lot of that is to be expected. I had a couple people ask what it feels like. Someone asked, what does it feel like? Does it feel like the flu? For Rick, it really did feel like the flu. He felt like he was having all the classic flu symptoms. For me, I was having sinus and allergy kinds of responses. And even on Saturday, I just felt like I'd been hit with, a cold, and I just was fatigued. So it can look different for folks, and depending on how hard you are hit, and I'm sure other factors. So just wanted to share that. My mom wanted to know why they tested me for kennel cough. For those of you who don't know what kennel cough is, it is something that they they treat dogs for kennel cough, or they do a Bordetella vaccine, and it's just a hacking cough. I don't know why. It's just one of the things that was in the panel. They did not specifically test me for that. It just caught my attention as I looked at the workup, and so there were lots and lots of things that they tested for in addition to doing the flu test, which they had to submit with the COVID-19 test. So that is that. Still glad to know you don't have kennel cough, right? Okay, so yesterday I had several questions from people again who had talked to their healthcare providers who told them that you would have to have two negative tests in a row before you were released from quarantine. That information just changed yesterday. Today is Friday. I think it's the 13th. Yesterday on March 12th was the day that when I spoke to my new best friend Josh at the public health department, he said that information had literally just changed yesterday. When we spoke to him on Wednesday and when Rick was diagnosed, he said currently they're talking about testing twice within 24 hours before releasing folks from quarantine, but we're expecting that to change. So it changed yesterday. So if your healthcare provider is telling you that someone's going to have to test negative two tests in a row 24 hours apart, it is no longer true. That is not what they are going by as of today. Again, some of this could change. I'm just giving you the information as I have it now. They are not saying after 14 days we're just free to roam. They're checking in with us every day, and they're going to tell us when we are cut loose to move about the general population. So also just know that it's not firm. You're not just going to get, they're not just telling us 14 days from the onset of symptoms and then saying, okay, see you later. They really are checking in with us every day. So thanks for asking those questions, and thanks for helping clear that up with folks. And you all know, considering I was still on the struggle bus from all of the probing that happened, I'm very happy to hear that I don't have to go back twice to get that test done. Okay, can you get it again? Guys, I've seen this question come up several times, and unfortunately, it is just an unknown right now. They know that you will have some sort of immunity or some sort of antibodies built up in your system, just like you do when you get any other kind of sickness. They just don't know for how long. And so for those of you who know, those kinds of things change over time. And so it is just to be determined. So I know that might also make folks a little bit concerned. Please don't stress about things like that. Okay. We can't do anything about it. So it's smart to, after all of this is over, everybody keep washing your hands and keep being smart and don't sneeze on people or cough on people. And just take all of the good healthy precautions that you can anyway. So if anything else changes with that information, I will let you guys know as soon as I know more. But that's how it stands right now. Okay. Someone commented, "You don't look sick," and I'm going to take that as a compliment and say thank you. I am slightly vain, so I would not show up here to chat with you guys totally looking like I was on my deathbed anyway. And I am generally a positive person. So I am, yes, I was feeling a little bit I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'm not feeling like 100%, but I'm okay. Okay. So, that is also hopefully a good lesson to you that you're not going to see someone who looks like they're just dragging and they're green and, whatever. Like, folks could look pretty normal and still be having some symptoms. So, and then someone else mentioned that they were really, not able to function when they had strep or the flu. Absolutely understand. I have been much sicker before. It's been 100 years since I've had strep throat or since I've even had the flu. And I have definitely felt sicker. So I will just say that. And I think people respond differently to illness. And so, you just have to keep all of those things in mind. There are certain things like strep throat is like one of the worst and most painful things I can remember having as a child. So, definitely there may be folks who have felt sicker with other illnesses that are more, that are more common or that we have heard about for years and years. So, let me give a little shout out. If you guys are staying home or if your employer shut down or if you are like me and self-quarantined, make sure you go online and complete the census. The census opened this week and it's the first time ever that you can take the census online. It's my2020census.gov, my2020census.gov, G-O-V. And you can take the census online. It's very important that you be counted. That is how federal dollars are allocated for care to schools to roads to basically everything, and they don't do the census again for a long, long time. So it is important to get counted. So make sure you go online and take the census. It will take you 10 minutes or less, so make sure you do that. I had good fortune yesterday to take a few minutes to join one of my good friends over on Instagram. We did a joint live stream. Donald Stamper, if any of you guys know him, he has well, he's just a force in general. He has about 50,000 Instagram followers, and he now lives out in Los Angeles. But he just wanted to use his platform as a way to answer questions and calm people's fears about the unknown. And so, if you have friends or family members, or children or grandchildren who are not really on Facebook or don't want to come over to Facebook to watch some of these videos, Donald is leaving that story live. Again, it's Donald Stamper. You can find his story on Instagram, and we just did a quick, I don't know, we probably chatted for 30 minutes. I'm not even sure how long, and hit a lot of the highlights, answered some specific questions that folks had. And so I thank Donald for using his platform for good. So thanks a bunch for that. I see folks have asked a couple questions. Yes, Rick is still in the hospital, and he is just being monitored. As of yesterday, they were expecting that he would be out of the hospital today. They were going to watch him for 24 hours. So if we learn anything else about that, I will let you guys know. I will also just keep a check on the questions as they come in. Again, people have been really awesome. The support has been great. I appreciate some of the self-policing that people are doing. I just went and did a quick check on some of the first videos that I put up, and they're well over 10,000 views. So thank you guys for sharing. I've just heard so many positive responses from folks saying that it's helped put a face with, this thing that is very unknown, and that folks are just so happy to have someone to be able to ask the questions of who is going through this. So thanks again for sharing. If you have any questions, if you're watching this video and you're not a personal friend of mine, I did go and change the settings on Facebook so that you can ask your questions. And then I also I went over and just changed the settings also to allow you to follow me in anything I make as a public post. Until this point, there was no reason for that to be activated on my personal Facebook page, but I understand that it just may be helpful if you want to make sure you don't miss anything. So I have changed that setting, and I've noticed that a couple people have already found it. So thank you guys for that. I will leave that active so that you can follow all along the way. We don't know how long we're going to be tracking, but that is just an FYI. Okay, I wanted to, you ask a lot about some of the things that we're using for like comfort items. Stephanie has had a suggestion about grouping some of the videos. Yes, Steph, I will try to post some of those on YouTube. I'm not sure. I think I should just be able to download them and then re-upload them, but I'll figure that out. I wanted to share with you one of my favorite things that basically, it's a cure for what ails you, but I just rubbed some of this on my chest this morning because I was feeling a little more congested. This is not traditional Vicks Vapor Rub, although I am a fan. There is a company that is owned by several women out in Utah, and it's called Good Medicine Beauty Lab, and they have a muscle balm that is really awesome, and I have used this stuff for, oh my gosh, I've used it on my feet. My mom's used it on her feet and ankles, and we've used it on our necks, and it has been really awesome. It has a lot of good, warm, soothing ingredients in it: peppermint, camphor, lavender, tea tree, lemon, ginger, juniper, rosemary, wintergreen, eucalyptus, black pepper, nutmeg, all kinds of good stuff. And so it is similar to Vicks Vapor Rub, but it's like Vicks Vapor Rub on crack. So these are good people. They are real people. This is not a multi-level marketing company. These are real people. I met one of the owners, Karen, when Kara, it's showing up backwards. I'm sorry, guys. It's because of being on, because you're looking at me basically through a mirror. Sorry. It's made by Good Medicine Beauty Lab. I'll go down and put a link in the description box because this is really, really good stuff. This company runs great specials all the time. And this is called just Muscle Balm and Powerful Pain Relief. It's really good stuff. So anyway, I met this person, Karen. Hey, Karen, if you're watching, met Karen when Kara and I were coming back from Tahiti last last year. We ended up sitting with her and her friend and having some Chinese food before we boarded a plane. And she and I have both really enjoyed their products. They have some great skincare and some other just stuff that is just really good for the body and for the face. So you can check them out if you like. I'm already feeling better. I just rubbed a little bit of this on my chest as I was getting ready this morning, and it still feels nice and warm, but it has given me, just a bit of relief, a little bit of the ability to breathe a little deeper. So I'll put this down in the comments section below. I'm going to take another quick look to see if anybody else has any questions. I don't see any. Thank you guys so much. You guys are sending so much love and good juju, and I just appreciate that so much. I think that, it's been nice to see folks say that, they've been able to be much more calm because of us sharing our story. And so I just thank you for that, and thank you for also sharing with other people to help calm their fears. Now that we're getting more videos up, I will go back through the videos also and number them. I think I should be able to put them in a folder also, but I'm just going to go number them so that it is easier to find. I saw a couple of people helping their friends and family navigate and saying, this is the first video, here, watch this one next. So I'll go number those so that they are easier to find, okay? And as soon as I know anything else, I promise I'll let you guys know. I feel about the same as I did yesterday, and so I'm going to get to work, get a few things done, and I will let you know as soon as we know more about when Mr. Rick will get to come home. Okay? Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Bye.